Hi everyone, in today's video we are going to look at dominance, which is an idea in matrices, showing which team beats which team and things like that. So we're going to look at one and two-step dominance, even though this example might not necessarily apply. We have four people that have competed in a squash tournament. So we have Bill, we have Feng, we have Meg, and we have David. Right? And they're all versing each other in a tournament. And the results of the tournament are shown here with the arrow pointing from the winner to the loser. Okay, so for example, F to M would mean that Feng defeated Meg. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw up a matrix that represents this. So it has to be a square matrix. I'm going to put each of the people as a row and column. And we're just going to fill this in. So instantly, because it's dominance, you should know that you can't defeat yourself. So Bill beat everyone, so we'll put them all as ones. And that also means that nobody beat Bill, I guess is a way to look at it. Feng defeated Meg and David. So Feng beat Meg and David, which means nobody or none of those two beat Feng. Then we have David was beaten by everyone, which means that Meg must have beaten David. All right. So normally, I guess in the previous videos where I've talked about undirected graphs, there's a line of symmetry. There still is in a way, but if you cut down this center line here, this diagonal line, sorry, there should be complete opposites. So where there's a 0, there should be a 1 mirrored from it. All right, and that's how you know that you've done that properly. So you can already see from this in our tournament, I don't remember what the sport was, let's say it was squash. Bill has 3 wins, Feng has 2 wins, David has 0 wins, and Meg has 1 win. That only shows one-step dominance. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at two-step dominance and adding them together. So I'm going to jump over to my CAS. I'm going to make a 4x4 matrix. I'm going to quickly type in the values that we just came up with. All right, so that's our matrix, and we'll call this matrix A. All right. So one-step dominance is just matrix A. If I wanted to find two-step dominance, which means that you've beaten someone that then went on to beat someone else. All right, to find that, we just need to square A. So we're going to say A to the power of, well, that's not how you do that. Cancel. Far out. Let me stuff this whole thing up. To the power of 2. And that'll show that how many people were dominant in 2 over somebody by a 2-step. Alright? So I'm going to write this down quickly. And then you can look and see how it works. It's going to be nice and quick. Alright, and what this shows us is that Bill is dominant over David via somebody else twice. So let's have a look at that idea, looking at this map. So Bill's directly dominant over David, which we have. Bill is also dominant over Meg, who then beats David. So that's one of his two-step dominances. And he's dominant over Feng, who's dominant over David. So he beats Feng, but Feng beat David. So that's his other two-step. He's one-step dominant. So he's also dominant over Meg via two-step. So Bill defeats Feng, who beats Meg. So that's where this one is coming from. And then finally, Feng is dominant over David via two-step dominance, because Feng beats Meg, who beats David. So that's what that one comes from. And there's no other there, and that's why these are all represented by zeros. For example, you can't say that Bill's not two-step dominant over Feng because nobody else beat Feng other than him. So what this shows is over two-step dominance that Bill is still the dominant team. Now, These tend to get used if you're not too sure which team is on top. If after one-step dominance there's a tie, you tend to look at two-step dominance for the answer. So if you get asked to find the dominant team over one and two-step dominance, all you'll be doing is adding an a squared. All right? And that will tell you overall. Again, I'm going to quickly sketch this. How many ways you were dominant over somebody, or they were dominant over somebody via one and two-step dominance. All right. So in this example, Bill's dominant over David in 3 different ways. So directly, by beating Meg, who beat David, and by beating Feng, who beat David. They're his 3 ways. Okay. So that's what that means. You can say by adding up the rows again that he is the most dominant player as well. All right. So that's how dominant works. Just a quick example. Hopefully you found that rewarding. Thank you for your time.